My project is an animal shelter. It's an animal shelter that implements a RESTful web API with full CRUD operations. For this project, I made sure I had the basic package structure of all the layers. So I have the controller layer. I made a DTO model layer. I made a DAO layer, an entity layer, and a service layer. My database design has more than 3 entities and tables that use all the CRUD operations. We could look at the relationships in my ERD. So I have at least one-to-many relationship. So basically one client. So these are my entities. I have staff, dogs, and clients. And dog staff is basically a many-to-many relationship between staff and dogs. So what happens is a client can have one or more dogs, but a dog is not going to be owned by more than one client. It's going to be one client. One client can have many dogs, but only one dog can have one client. And when it comes to staff, staff can take care of many dogs as well as dogs can have many staff taking care of them. Here you could actually see the values put into the MySQL database. So here we have the dogs table, dog staff table, the staff table, and the clients table. So we're going to go back to our spring project. I wanted to show you that my dogs page is actually where my entry point of my project is going to be. I made sure to create an interface for each implemented class in each layer as well. I also made sure to modify the Open API documentation in the controller interfaces to represent the correct responses for each operation. So if you see here, response status, I put HTTP status as OK when you're going for get mapping. However, when you're going for post mapping, we make sure that we use created. For example, right here. And I did that with every single one. One thing I didn't add to this project was testing, but it wasn't required and I just didn't have the time. So now I'm actually going to start up the project. I'm going to run it as a Spring Boot app. All right, it started. So go over here. So here's my project, animal shelter. That is what was written right here. So it worked. This is my local host online. These are my entities. So we have my client's controller, my staff controller, my dog's controller, and my dog's staff. Here are my schemas. You could actually open them up and just see what they all say. You can actually, for instance, if you wanted to update one of the clients, you would just go and try it out. Input one of these. Let's say, for instance, you go to clients. Let's say we'll do 3. We'll change Dorian's name to something else. I don't know, like Dylan. Bossy. And he's gonna live at 43 Rocker Lane. We execute that. Says here that it worked. If we go into our, whoops, we just refresh, you'll see that Dylan Bossy is at 43 Rocker Lane, so that worked. I have to record this another 5 minutes, so let's see. Let's just get all staff here. Try it out, execute. And here you could see all the staff with their staff ID and their last name. Again, you can do it with get all dog staff. This is just going to show you what dogs go with which staff, and you can do it with, you can delete records, you can post, put, and get. And that's my project.